Hello students, now we are starting new chapter progressive wave. There are some fundamental definitions to understand this chapter. Like mechanical wave. Mechanical wave is a wave which needs material medium for propagation. Mechanical waves are of two types: longitudinal wave, in which vibration of medium particles is parallel to wave propagation, and second one is transverse wave, in which vibration of medium particles is perpendicular to wave propagation. Wave is going in this direction, so vibration takes place perpendicular. Sound is example of longitudinal wave, and waves produced on water surface is example of transverse wave. Now come to the main point, progressive wave. The wave which keeps moving in a particular direction is called progressive wave. We are going to consider a simple case of progressive wave called plane progressive wave. When wave progresses in this direction and all the particles are vibrating parallel to this plane, then this type of wave is called plane progressive wave. Suppose it is a wave moving along x-axis with the speed v. There is some particle p at distance x from the origin. Frequency is f. Such that omega is equal to 2 pi f, angular frequency. Wavelength is lambda. This distance is called wavelength. The equation of this wave is given as y is equal to a sin omega t minus kx. This is equation of plane progressive wave traveling in positive x direction. This equation can be written in some other forms also. Here k is equal to propagation constant and its value is 2 pi by lambda. Other forms are y is equal to a sin 2 pi t by t minus x by lambda. One more form, y is equal to a sin 2 pi by lambda vt minus x. These are three equations of plane progressive wave traveling along positive x direction. This value is called argument of sign. It is argument of sign. It is argument of sign. And these values are called phase. This value or this value or this value are called phase. And x is position of some particle on the wave. It is also called path. So we can establish relation between path difference and phase difference. Let us assume equation number 2. Phi1 is equal to 2 pi t by t minus x1 by lambda. Suppose there are two particles P and some particle Q. For particle P, this value x is x1, and for particle Q, this value is x2. It is x2 and it is x1. Phase for first particle is phi1 and phase for second particle is phi2. So phi2 is 2 pi t by t minus x2 by lambda. We are going to establish relation between phase difference and path difference. So subtract phase difference delta phi is equal to phi2 minus phi1. You have to subtract this value from this value. See, this factor is common. So after subtraction, this value is cancelled. So only here we get 2 pi x1 difference x2 upon lambda, and it is path difference. This is path difference. So delta phi is equal to 2 pi into delta x upon lambda. This is the relation between phase difference and path difference. For same phase, delta phi is equal to 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, dash dash, and delta x is equal to 0, lambda, 2 lambda, dash dash. Opposite phase, delta phi is equal to pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, dash dash, and delta x is equal to lambda by 2, 3 lambda by 2, 5 lambda by 2, dash dash. Same phase means when displacement of both the particles or waves are in same direction together, means getting maximum and minimum together, and opposite phase means when displacement of one particle is positive, displacement of other particle is negative. So this is condition for same phase. And this is condition for opposite phase. If this condition is applied, we get same phase. If this condition is applied, we get opposite phase. In a medium, two waves can travel without affecting each other, but displacement of medium particle depends on resultant displacement of individual waves. It is called principle of superposition. Principle of superposition. See, suppose this displacement is y1, this displacement is y2, and by combination of these two, a resultant wave is formed y. So displacement y is given as y is equal to y1 plus y2. If there are more waves, you can write y is equal to y1 plus y2 plus y3 dash dash. This is called principle of superposition. When waves are in same phase, displacements are in same direction, so resultant will be maximum. When waves are in opposite phase, displacements are in opposite direction, so we will get minimum displacement or minimum amplitude. Here we get maximum amplitude, here we get minimum amplitude. There are two applications of superposition, rather three applications. First application is interference. When two waves are traveling and superimposing at some point such that this superposition in same phase, then we get maximum displacement here or maximum intensity here. Assume another point. Suppose here superposition takes place in opposite phase, so we get minimum intensity here. So there are so many points alternately. At one point maximum intensity, then minimum intensity, maximum, minimum, maximum, minimum, and so on. This type of phenomenon is called interference. If two waves having same frequency, the two waves are coherent, and for interference, it is necessary that the two waves are coherent. But if two waves are not having same frequency, there is some difference in frequency, and they are propagating together. Keep in mind that two waves are having different frequencies. So at a given point, phase difference keeps on changing. Suppose at this time they are meeting in same phase. Then after some time, at same point, they will meet in opposite phase. Again the same phase in opposite phase. So at same point, resultant intensity will vary from maximum to minimum. Means very intense sound is heard, then hardly a very weak sound, then again intense sound, again weak sound at same point. This is called beat. It is called beat. It is another application of superposition of waves. Number of maxima or minima in a second is called Beat's frequency. Beat's frequency is equal to difference of the two frequencies. Suppose this frequency is f1, it is f2, then it is equal to f1 difference f2. Difference means smaller one is subtracted from bigger one. If f1 is big, you have to subtract f2 from f1. If f2 is big, you have to subtract f1 from f2. This is called Beat's frequency. Beats are used to find unknown frequency of tuning fork. For example, if a tuning fork is having frequency n, another tuning fork frequency n dash, it is unknown, they are producing f beats, then n2, that is n dash, will have two possible values, either n plus x or n minus x. Now some wax is coated on first one. If some wax is coated on first one, and beats are found to be decreasing, then correct value is this. And if VAT is quoted on first and beats are found to be increasing, then correct value of N dash is this. Similarly, if VAT is quoted on this one and beats are found to be decreasing, then correct value is this. And if VAT is quoted on second and beats are found to be increasing, then correct value of second one is this. All these values are given properly in the book according to reduced syllabus. Very brief study you have to do. I hope you could understand my explanation today. God bless you students. Good luck. Keep studying. Thank you.